Hello, Wesley Church. My name is Jane Underwood, and this week in our daily devotionals, we're focusing on times when God has comforted us. And I wanted to share with you a story of a time when God comforted me. To begin my story, I'd like to read you a poem entitled Footprints in the Sand. One night, a man dreamed he was walking along the beach with the Lord. As the scenes of his life flashed before him, he noticed that there were two sets of footprints in the sand. He also noticed at his saddest, lowest times, there was one set of footprints. This bothered the man, and he asked the Lord, "Did you not promise that if I gave my heart to you, that you'd be with me all the way? Then why is there only one set of footprints during my most troublesome times?" The Lord replied, "My precious child, I love you and would never forsake you. During those times of trial and suffering, when you see only one set of footprints, it was then I carried you." 10 years ago, my 14-year-old son, TJ, died very suddenly. The death of a child is every parent's worst nightmare. It's true. To add to the burden of dealing with this tremendous loss, nobody was able to determine exactly how TJ died. He just died in his sleep. I was accustomed to being in control and searched high and low for answers. None were to be found. Losing TJ showed me that I was never really in control. I just thought that I was. I had to relinquish the idea of control and allow God to be in control. If I were to look back at the footprints in the sand of my life, for the last 10 years, a pattern would be clear. In the early times, there would rarely be two sets of footprints. God had to do a lot of carrying me in those early days. I questioned him a lot. I felt abandoned by him a lot. I was angry with him a lot. But in hindsight, I knew he was comforting me all along the way because I started being able to carry myself more and more. Now, 10 years later, two sets of footprints would be seen more often in that sand. I know now who is truly in control, and I'm good with that. I gladly rely on God to carry me at times. Why do I share this story with you? Well, we're in unprecedented times with this pandemic and all that it has meant to all of us. It's very difficult and it's a very different and individual experience for all of us. Some of us are affected by the loss of loved ones. Many are struggling with isolation and loss of livelihood. Some are faced with increased risk of exposure as essential workers. It would be very easy to doubt God, to say that God has abandoned us, and to be angry. It is in times like this that we need to be strong in our faith that God is with us, and if that means He is carrying all of us, and only one set of footprints are in that sand, then that is what He will do. He is looking out for us. He is strong enough to carry us all. I would like to close with the serenity prayer. God, grant us grace to accept with serenity the things that cannot be changed, courage to change the things which should be changed, and the wisdom to distinguish the one from the other. Amen. Stay strong in faith, Wesley, and have a great day.